everyone, welcome back to Triad Travelogues. I am Richard, coming at you today from the epicenter of Shanghai, China, to bring you the long-awaited, long-delayed second episode of my series, Shanghai ESL Nostalgia. So the purpose of this series is to go around and sort of do a tour of the places that I used to work. See, I've been living in Shanghai, China for 5 years. And in about a month's time, me, my wife, and our baby are going to leave China forever. My wife got her immigration visa for the USA, my home country, and we're gonna go and we're gonna live there. And what I wanna do is I wanna go and revisit some of the places that had significance to me in my first few years in China. People don't walk down the escalators ever. They just gather on the escalators and they ride them all the way up or all the way down. So anytime there's a group of people and they're all, you have to be behind them on the escalator, you are gonna wait in eternity. See, that's the train I need to get on, and I'm gonna miss it because these people refuse to walk. Oh, get out of my way. No! See? Laziness. Other people's laziness makes me miss my train every time. It happens every time. Oh, actually, never mind. You know what? It was actually the other train I was supposed to take. Okay, so now we are at the Huamu Road Station. I had 2 students that I taught here in their homes. These were actually jobs that I got through word of mouth, which is basically the best way to get that kind of work here. You can use these recruitment agencies that are all over the place to get jobs, and it's a good way to start, but they'll screw you. They'll take a percentage of the money that you make. So a good thing to do is to just get to know people here. You get to know, families, you get to know whatever, other teachers, and eventually you will have enough of a network to be able to get a job. So after I show you around this place a little bit, I'm gonna take you to the 2 different apartments that I worked at, these students' apartments, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the time that I spent working with them. But first, we are gonna go get some burritos. No. Why do things have to change? So there used to be a really nice Mexican food restaurant here that specialized in burritos. They had tacos, burritos, nachos. I haven't been to this place in years, and guess what? The place is gone. It's gone. I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you guys to the Kerry Center Mall. So this metro station has a shopping mall that's attached to it. The Kerry Center is a mall that's owned by a Japanese company. There's a few of them in Shanghai. It's just somewhere that I spent a lot of time wandering around. I worked with Jennifer for 2 hours in the morning, 2 days a week. And then I worked with Kwan, who was right across the street, for 2 hours, much later in the evening. So I had this big chunk of time in the middle of those 2 lessons 2 times a week. I think it was Tuesdays and Thursdays, to just wander around. So I became really familiar with this area. Yeah. See, anybody that's watched my my video of the tour of the Walmart building that I work in, that's close by where I live, and then you look at this mall that I'm in right now, you can see this major difference in terms of the quality. I'm gonna eat at Subway. Now look, you guys can accuse me of not assimilating properly. This place is called Awfully Chocolate. Awfully Chocolate. It means it's very, very chocolate. It's oftentimes very busy in this part of Pudong because the Shanghai Convention Center is right over there. And a lot of times if you come out here during the day, you'll see lots and lots of like hordes of people with the, you know, little name tags around their necks. So this is the Shanghai Himalaya Museum, and it's my favorite museum in Shanghai. But this museum is really cool. The design on the outside and on the inside is really, really awesome. All right, now we're walking toward the apartment complexes. Well, there's two different apartment complexes that are across the street from each other. And these two kids, Jennifer and Quan Quan, are both probably among my favorite students, the kids that I've worked with here in Shanghai, China. They were intelligent, their parents were level-headed and reasonable, and the best thing is they let me do my job. And the way that I taught Jennifer and Quan Quan was we just talked. Oh, okay, you're gonna try and run me over? All right, dude. This is the place. This is the very first apartment complex. Well, rather the second apartment complex that I worked at. But the first time that I actually had a kid with a parent that wasn't insane and I could actually do my job. I want to say I worked with her for the better part of 2 years. And she learned a lot, and she became very good with conversational English. We did a little bit of writing, we did some reading, but for the most part, it was not a structured lesson. And we had tea parties, we played dolls. So like I said, I would teach right here, and then I'd leave and have multiple hours of time during the day to just wander around this area. And then around 5 or 6 o'clock after school let out, and after kids have had their dinner, I went right across the street to here. So this place is where I taught Quan Quan, and it was basically the same lesson I did with Jennifer. He was the same age, he was her classmate. It was a good experience. You know, I worked with Quan Quan for about a year, and I actually worked, the reason they wanted me to work with him is so he could get accepted into some really nice kindergarten. And once he was accepted, they said thank you to me, and we parted ways. So that was a good ending. Both of these, you know, jobs, Jennifer and Quan Quan, they both had a good ending. And they were nice students too. They were polite, pleasant students that they were fun to be around. A lot of the students that I've worked with here, and I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of kids, you know, in the last 5 years that I've been here, the vast majority of them, because of the place that I work at, that, you know, I normally don't work in the big city. I normally work in my little villagey podunk village place that I live in. And a lot of those kids are just, they're horrible. I mean, they're loud, they're verbally abusive, they can get physically violent. They're just, you know, they're not the same temperament as the kids out here in the nice part of Shanghai. And true story, Jennifer was the only person in 2014, I think it was, to wish me a happy birthday and sing me happy birthday.
Happy birthday to teacher. Happy birthday to Richard.
One more thing I want to mention before we go is the pay. And the reason that that people like to come out here to China to teach English is not because the industry is fun and great, because it isn't. It's horrible. I came out here to travel, but also because I didn't have anything else to do. But something that is very appealing about this part of the world and teaching English in this part of the world is that you can come here with no experience whatsoever. You can come here with no skills whatsoever and no education whatsoever, and you can get a job making more money per month than the seasoned teacher in the United States of America. And why you see a lot of people coming out here and doing the white monkey dance, you know, dancing around singing ABCs, and you know, because hey, there's a lot of money in it. So is humiliating yourself for years and years and years worth a nice nest egg when you leave? Some people might say that it is. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did like it, please leave a nice comment on this video. Give the video a big thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends and family. Watch some of my other videos. Thank you for watching Triad Travelogues. My name is Richard.
I'll see you next time.
What food would you like?
Fish.